It's something that Justice Roberts did when he was in practice. He takes this idea of no authority and he switches it a little where he says, look, I find someone with no expertise. This was back when he was working for what was called Hogan and Hartson. Now it's called Hogan Lovells. And he wanted to find somebody who would read his brief and he'd ask him 2 questions. The first question is, can you tell me what this case is about? Why do you think he wanted the answer to that question?
I think because that's the whole point of what he's trying to get across is through your persuasive writing, your brief writing, you're going to have a theme, you're going to have a theory, and that's what you want to communicate. And if somebody who doesn't have legal expertise is like, oh, I see, this case is about, a bank doing this to some guy, then I totally see it. You can see what theme you've communicated.
Yeah, so he would hand his brief to someone who's not even on his team, someone who's not expert in that particular area of law. He'd also say, why should I win? Why do you think he asked that question?
I think that's ultimately the goal. Whenever you're writing, a brief or something, is to win. And so if you can get that point across outside of, if somebody doesn't have the expertise in that area of law, outside of the nitty-gritty of the legal technicalities of some sort of just equitable reason of why you should win, fairness, and you've been able to communicate that through your writing.
And he even pushes it to this. A non-litigator is what I would look for. So he'd search for someone in the firm who doesn't even do litigation, someone who's a transactional lawyer. And he'd hand the brief to him and he'd say, look, what is this case about? Can you tell me? Why should I win? If you can't answer those questions, I need to rewrite my brief.